This Houston Women podcast, Megan, features I've just had so much fun meeting really amazing women who are inspiring, high energy, but you are only the second inventor that I've ever met that we had another, the mesh pen. It's like a fidget pen inventor. Jennifer Hobbs was in here doing one of our podcasts. And now you are you like a chemist?
I am.
Who invented
I am.
this athletic wear that doesn't smell?
You are absolutely correct.
Wow.
Yeah, you're correct. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. It's such an honor, and I'm super excited to be here.
So this all came about, and I love the inspiration behind whether you're a social influencer, in your case, an inventor. It was your stinky, smelly husband that inspired you. Don't you just love them?
I totally do. I laugh because in the beginning when I would tell the story about how Accel Lifestyle happened, I'm like, oh, my husband's stinky workout clothes. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Of course
and
they are.
He's like, I don't know, this doesn't really feel good. Like you're just kind of leading with that. And I'm like, well, hon, it's the story. It's the story. And now a few years in, he's just kind of used to it. He knows what my starting's going to be because that's the truth.
We featured you on our Tell Me Something Good, and we were just like, and it's because of her stinky husband. And I even said, in all fairness, my husband doesn't smell when he works out. I'm the one who does. So, and you admitted that you do too.
Absolutely.
And you created this workout wear that is, it's bacteria resistant. It's soft as can be. It feels like all cotton, but yet it has some kind of fiber where it sort of absorbs that stinky workout smell.
You're exactly right. So it feels super soft because it has quite a bit of Supima cotton in it, which is less than 1% of the world's cotton, and it's grown here in the United States. And then there's a little bit of polyester for that wicking, kind of lightweight, dry feeling. And then the secret science, if you will, the secret sauce is actually woven into the shirt, and that's what actually inhibits the bacteria from even getting into the shirt. And it's the bacteria that causes the smell.
All right. You're a beautiful young lady, Megan.
Oh, I thank you. So are you.
And I just, and now you're CEO of this incredible company, and you're Houston-based. Let's back up a little bit. How did this come to be? I mean, let's talk about your job before this.
Yeah, so I never thought I would be an entrepreneur. My parents didn't go to college. I moved here about 15 years ago from the Northeast to sell medical equiment to the
you're
Med
a Rhode
Center.
Island girl, right?
Yeah, and you'll hear some coffee, walk tall, boss.
My sister lives there now. I hear it.
I'm sure I'll say some words that sound non-Houstonian. But 15 years I've been here, and I moved here to sell medical equipment to the hospitals. I used to work in a science lab up at Brown University and University of Virginia, and decided that lab life was not for me. I'm more outgoing. I love fashion. I love people. So medical sales brought me here, and I literally thought I'd be doing that for the rest of my life. I loved it. The people, not sitting in an office every day, et cetera. It just fit my personality. Until I got married to my husband 4 years ago, and he and I are super into fitness. We have been into fitness since we were born, since we were kids. Obviously, the physical benefits are fantastic, but really the mental benefits are just, wonderful.
Now, let me just say, being a Northeast girl myself, I told my mom I'm moving to the South because I hated winters. I hated the cold. And I also loved to do physical fitness, but I hated working out in the winter. So Houston is like all year round you can work out,
It
right?
is. You don't have to worry about scraping the ice off the windshield, putting on 4 layers, and then taking those layers off when you get to the gym as you warm up. Yeah, so when I go home for Christmas back to Rhode Island, I'm like, oh, man, it's just not the same as just leaving your house here in Houston and going for a quick walk.
I know. So you get it here, and you're doing your medical sales, and then and that's such a big business with the medical center here in Houston.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've got so many great people who love coming to our city for this. So then what happened?
So then I met Kyle on a blind date, like a real blind date. He didn't have social media or anything, so I thought, oh gosh, what am I walking into? He became my husband. And
Was it a restaurant here in town?
Yeah, so now it's called, we're giving a little shout out.
Yeah.
Now it's called Federal Grill. It was called Branchwater Tavern. We met on June 28th of 2012, and every year on June 28th, Kyle reserves the same 2 chairs at the bar. The whole restaurant knows we're coming. I cry every year of tears of joy when I go, and it's just so beautiful.
That is so nice. Now, what does he do?
So he moved here for oil and gas. So he's a global oil and gas guy. He has his own consulting company. And then we're actually a house of entrepreneurs. So also he built a shop just north of 610, and he imports Land Rover Defenders, like the same vehicles that James Bond drives in the movies, rebuilds them, and sells them. So I always laugh because he has two jobs, oil and gas, where he's like an executive, has his own company, and then rebuilds vehicles. So he might come home with a suit on, or he might come home with like grease all over him.
Intense.
Oh,
I'm now you look at the energy level required for that, right?
Yeah.
2 jobs in one day.
Absolutely.
That's called exercise.
That's right. That's right. And his shop doesn't have air conditioning, so he doesn't have to go to the gym for cardio because he's sweating while working on the vehicles.
And then he comes home stinky, smelly, and then your second company born, right?
Exactly. You got
it.
it.
So how did this happen? And did you just go, honey, I'm so sick? I mean, what was the thing that
So
made
there was
it actually
definitely an
happen?
icing on the cake. I was washing his workout clothes. He was doing CrossFit really early in the morning at Skyline CrossFit on Shepherd. They're great friends of ours. And he had that polyester wicking material shirts that pretty much everybody wears. The same material as like golf shirts.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wash the smell out. I'd add the lavender pods, the extra scented whatever, extra hot wash cycles. And the moment he started sweating in it again, the smell came back.
Yep.
I'm like, sweetheart, your shirt is activated. Your shirt is activated. It's kind of a word I coined around the house. Make a long story short, one day I threw away what I now know was his favorite T-shirt from college, his glory days of college in Illinois. And he was not happy. And I threw it away because it stunk.
Yeah.
And that was like what I needed to have happen to be like, okay, Meg, this is a problem. I can't believe we live in this age where we still have stinky workout clothes. We've put people on the moon. We have all these medical advancements and our workout clothes still stink. Megan, figure something out.
So you being, a trained chemist, right? You said, I mean, I looked through your website is incredible, and you've got your story and everything that you did. This is not for the faint of heart. This required a lot of research, work, lining up production places. I mean, where would you begin? We learned a lot from Jennifer.
Yeah.
With just getting a place in China.
Yeah,
willing
exactly.
to take a small order to create a mold for this special pen. It's not easy to do.
No, because these factories, I mean, I had a lunch with a friend yesterday who's trying to start a company, and I said, you have to know going into it that factories get reached out to probably thousands of times a day with people that have an idea. And a lot of times factories won't respond, or
they not.
But I get it, because we're like, oh, we have an idea. Can you make this for me? So it took a lot of persistence. Inventing the fabric took a lot of cold calling. So literally just going to Google, finding yarn and scientist geeks is kind of what I call them. And they're pretty much part of my squad now. And so we, for about 2.5, almost 3 years, kept developing fabric. And then I would get it tested in antimicrobial labs up in the Midwest that the government uses.
Incredible.
Yeah. And so after about almost 3 years, I finally got the fabric antimicrobial to the levels that I wanted, AKA anti-stink. And I applied for my PCT patent a year ago this past May, and the fabric, the Prima fabric's now patent pending in 120 countries.
Unbelievable. And that's another thing we learned about the patent process.
Oh, my.
Very expensive and very long.
Very time consuming. I'm super blessed that Houston has been so supportive on this journey, and the people that I've met over the past 3.5 years have been super helpful. For example, my patent attorney, he just happens to have his PhD. I forget what kind of science he has it in, but not only does he have his, law degree to write patents, he's also a wicked scientist. So there's that Rhode Island word, wicked.
Yes,
so
wicked.
he was able to write the patent flawlessly from a science mind as well as a legal mind.
That's unbelievable. It's like that it's meant to be when
100%.
everything is just lining up.
Yeah.
Now, give the website out, because I
Yeah.
want people to learn the website and then how you created the name Accel.
Thank you. So, the website is Accel Lifestyle, ACCEL, which is short for the word accelerate and lifestyle. So just accellifestyle.com. And the word excel, so my husband has a background in physics, and I have one in chemistry. And we're just sitting on the couch a few years ago like, oh, Megan, if you were maybe to start a company, what would you call it? So we wanted something in the science realm, but also positivity. A core belief and just legacy and mission that I personally have is to bring joy wherever I go and to just make people smile when they meet me.
I love that.
And so, thank you. And we thought of the word accelerate people's happiness and health and joy and giving back. And accelerate lifestyle didn't really have a good flow. So we decided on Accel Lifestyle, applied for the trademark, got approved, rock and roll. Here we go, Accel Lifestyle.
You just amaze me. The energy level is just infectious. I love it. One of the common themes in our Houston Women podcast. I love to ask our women about the inspiration, someone in your life, an event that maybe happened that gets you going. We had one of our podcast guests, her brother had committed suicide, and she was so tired of being in darkness that she started doing YouTube videos that were bright, bubbly, and joyful. And she started to feel that way, and she's become like an amazing YouTuber. Was there anything that inspired you? You said your mom and dad didn't go to college, but yet you're you're a scientist.
Yeah, so it's funny. I don't always tell this story, but because you asked the question. So in 2012, the same year that I met my husband, about a month and a half before, my father suddenly passed away of a massive heart attack. 58 years old. He and my brother were doing yard work, just raking the leaves. And my brother David went inside to get he and Dad some water. He came outside, and Dad had 4 minutes later was dead in the grass. So I got that phone call while I was at a medical equipment sales meeting.
Yeah.
And my life changed immediately. So I flew home, gave the eulogy. Of course, all eyes turned to me to give it because I'm the salesperson, outgoing, and Dad and I were, when I say super close, I mean super close. He was the man in my life. I didn't have any boyfriends at the time. It was not till a month and a half later that I met Kyle. So I believe God brought us and my dad together. And so when I gave my dad's eulogy, I had people laughing, crying. It really felt great to honor my father. But I had this feeling about 2 weeks later that, okay, medical sales isn't enough. I don't know what my next journey is going to be, but I can be doing more to impact people's lives, to inspire them. I don't know what it is, but just give me the tools to keep my mind open, to be open to anything. And then I met Kyle on this blind date a month and a half later. And then it was his stinky workout clothes. And it's funny, I would say Accel Lifestyle, I would not have had the confidence to do it if I didn't experience my father's tragic death. And if I didn't meet Kyle, who is my number one supporter. But Accel is just, it's the clothing, it's the fabric. But really what it is just the mission to inspire and empower and give back and let people know if you have an idea, just go for it, and you'll be surprised how many people on your journey actually want to help you.
It's so true. You've got to get it out there, though. Yeah. Don't keep it inside.
Right,
You've got to get it out. And then everything just starts falling into place.
And it gets easier. Like, it's kind of scary. Not kind of. Let's be real. It's scary in the beginning to say, oh, I'm going to quit my job. I have this idea. I want to start my own company. And there's going to be a lot of naysayers. That's just, life, whatever. But the more you put it out there and the more positive reinforcement you get, the easier it is to put it out there. Next thing you know, you're standing from the rooftops and you're screaming it to everyone.
Isn't that great? Now, you already felt comfortable working out. I mean, you and your husband. So when it came to the style, the fashion sense, because the fashion sense is spot on. Yeah. And so that was the easy part. So then you get your fabric, you get your patent, you've got everything going. Now you have to do it.
So now I got to find factories. And just researching like we all do on Google, I did a lot of research and saw all these articles and a couple podcasts about sweatshops and the way people are treated overseas that make our clothes. So it was super important to me to be able to lay my head on the pillow at night and know that every single person that had anything to do with Accel Lifestyle, from the stitch to the fabric to the tags, was not in a sweatshop. So to accomplish that at the time as a company of one, I had to make sure every single partner was here in the United States. People told me it couldn't be done. Oh, all this stuff's made overseas.
It's too expensive here.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so tell me no one more time and I'll show you how it's yes. So, so from fiber to finished garment, everything for Accel Lifestyle is sourced and made here in the States. The fabric is made on the East Coast. It's then shipped to the West Coast, and all the clothes are made in the West Coast and then shipped to our warehouse here in Houston.
That's a beautiful thing. Now, this being the Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
yeah.
I know you've got lots of great models who are part of your tribe, your company.
Absolutely.
Who are going to be wearing these great things. Now, what do you have going on that you're going to be doing?
Oh my gosh, October.
Months?
So we just officially launched Accel Lifestyle in August of this year. So I couldn't wait to design a limited release graphic for the month of October to give back for the Rose here in Houston.
Love the Rose.
Oh, they're wonderful. Mm-hmm. They're wonderful. And then being
just for people who don't know, you cannot afford to get mammograms or any type of health for your breasts treatments, the Rose is the place to go. They're just a phenomenal group of people.
And for those of you listening, it's just therose.org, therose.org. And they're just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And they help, thousands and thousands of women every year and men And so part of the proceeds of the shirt for October, both come in a t-shirt and a tank, will go to the Rose, as well as the Gloria Gemma Foundation back in Rhode Island. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And so all of our models that have modeled the shirts that you see on our website are actually breast cancer survivors and thrivers, I call them.
Beautiful.
And they're just wonderful women. And we had a fantastic photo shoot. We gave them some special surprises beyond just the photo shoot. And we're actually doing events throughout the month of October as well, where we'll be selling the Accel Lifestyle breast cancer awareness shirt and giving back part of the proceeds. And you can find that on our website under the events tab.
And that's ACCEL Accel Lifestyle.com. That's awesome. Now, you're also on Facebook, right?
I am everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yep.
Do
So
you have Instagram?
I do.
Instagram.
So our Instagram is literally just at Accel Lifestyle, all lowercase, all one word, ACCEL lifestyle.com. We post every day where we are at our pop-ups and our events. So it's also on the website. We're all over the place. And I keep saying we, and I'm laughing because the girl who made our website, who's also our director of operations, my one only full-time employee, Amanda Kotler, you mentioned earlier about the website. She did the whole thing from scratch.
She's incredible.
Had no background in
website's
website design.
beautiful.
I'm like, girl, how do you feel about making a website? She's like, I got this.
It's for you guys to collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
And to just be, and I always tell my husband, it's not just about the money, Bob. I mean, if we can change lives in the process, follow our passion, and come up with a great product, I mean, then you're not even working.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So let's talk about, you're probably working a lot, though, with a company startup. Do you ever binge watch? Like, I've been watching Frankie and Gracie. I think it's Frank and Gracie, which is just hysterical. Do you have your favorite shows that kind of just turn your brain off for a little bit?
This is so funny. Yeah. I'm laughing because I actually had to tell my husband a few months ago. He would walk in from work or whatever, and I'd be watching the Kardashians or any of the Real Housewives.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, Meg, this. I said, Kyle, just let me have it. I'm not asking you to watch it with me. Just let me have this time. And so now he comes in and he sees it. He gives me a little wink and a kiss and just keeps walking.
He knows.
Oh, I love the drama. Okay, whatever. He thinks I thrive on the drama. Maybe a little, but I love the fashion. I love it. Like the makeup trends, what's coming out, the gaudiness of some of the episodes. Yeah, that's my binge.
This is what I've been doing. And since I've got this broken leg, I have a lot of sitting time too because I can't drive. So one of our football players here that we've got a sports station here told me, Dana, you've got to be watching Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin's. I think it's Frank and Gracie. Okay, and Brooklyn Decker's in it. I mean,
that's right.
Unbelievable people in this, and the premise is hysterical. But Jane Fonda plays a 70-year-old. She's 81 years old.
She's beautiful.
She's absolutely stunning. She already admits she's had work done. But here's the thing: she is so inspiring to me as a woman that while some 80-year-olds think that they can't even move around anymore, she's dating. She's doing this. She wears incredible fashion. That is the way women are moving towards that type of, I don't need to act old.
That's right.
I mean, look at her. And she even says, I never even thought I'd be 81. She can't even believe, but she worked out. Yeah. You know, the Jane Fonda videotapes her workouts.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Probably the most successful ever of any workout videos. And she's toned it down. She's got videos for older women now. Just amazing.
I have to watch the show. I've heard it's fantastic. It's right my personality.
There's 8 seasons, so if you're a binge watcher, you've got plenty to go. But Bob will walk in, and I'll just go, don't change it yet. Just let me finish this episode, and then we have our together time. But it's just funny how us women find our inspiration quietly to keep going. It's our happy place.
And you find it from wherever. It could be a TV show, a billboard, something you read. And you mentioned Jane Fonda being 81. I mean, age, and it's such a cliche, but it's so true. It's just a number. It doesn't have to be a limiting factor in terms of anything. Right. I used to think, oh, I'm young, I can't do this. Or now I think, oh, I'm older, I can't hang with the millennials. No, I can do it all.
Whatever you
want.
We
can all do it all.
30, 40,
That's
those
right.
birthdays used to be just frowned upon. Now I'm like, I don't even care.
Give me the crown.
About my age
Give me the
anymore.
tiara.
Yeah,
let's rock it.
Exactly. You inspire us. You really do. And I listen to you talk about you being so close to your father. My father was a big influence in my life, too. I feel badly for women whose father maybe wasn't around that much. So as a message to women who are listening, make sure your husband is really involved in the kids, in your daughter's lives, because, man, that relation, that's why you're the confident, beautiful woman you are today. You hear the term daddy issues. Yeah. If dad's there, giving you support, maybe some great advice.
Yeah,
Even if it was just
absolutely.
58 years, the woman that he has raised is out changing the world.
Yeah, we had a wonderful relationship. I mean, he was my financial advisor, my dating coach, my work coach. And then for women that are listening, or really anyone that's listening that maybe doesn't have a father figure in their life, there are many male mentors that are just around the corner. I mean, since my dad passed, even though I'm 38, we all would like to have our father around.
Right.
I have some mentors that I've met on my work journey that I've never actually told them this, but I look at them as like a second and third and fourth father figure because they're older men that just really have my best interests at heart.
And it's interesting because we've got the hashtag Me Too movement where women are like, ooh, I think if you go in strong and you're legit and you're just trying to learn, there are many men there that are wonderful. It's just like we've been given such a bad name, and it's not fair. And those are other issues, but you must. Men and women are different, and the advice that a man can give, and then the way that a woman can be, you put those two together, boy, that is one powerful
Powerhouse.
team.
That's right.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, I could just talk to you all day. I'm amazed that when I'm reading and I'm a chemist, and and I'm a scientist, and here you are, just a beautiful workout lady who's just been motivated and determined, and you had an idea and you went for it.
I did. Dana, thank you so much. Seriously, we could be talking for, weekends or weeks, months, years.
Coffee, wine, whatever.
I was going to say, can we have martinis at 10 a.m.? Actually, no, whenever this airs, maybe it'll be 6 p.m.
Exactly. Anytime.
Right.
But if you could leave our listeners with maybe some inspiration, maybe one story or a bit of advice that has really helped you along in your dark times, in your tired times, what would it be?
Excellent question. It would be a piece of advice, and this is something that I challenged myself with after my father passed away. It made it really obvious to me that we're all going to pass away. We know we are, but that was just super like an aha moment. Mm-hmm. So I challenged myself to come up with one legacy that I want to leave. So when someone's giving my eulogy someday, what is the overarching theme I want them to talk about? And it's very simple. That when they met me, they left being happier and brighter and more inspired. And so I asked the listeners to think about what is the legacy you want to leave, and to make every decision and every dark moment, just always hold on to that legacy, and it'll get you through those dark moments and make the brighter moments shine even more.
I love that. That is absolutely beautiful and so true. Thank you so much. You are just a delight. And where can we follow you and reach you?
So on Instagram, Accel Lifestyle, Accel Lifestyle. My personal Instagram is Megan D, MEGAND 1431. Megan Eddings. It's the word weddings without the W, as my mother-in-law says.
I love it.
On Facebook. I don't really do much on Twitter. And then, of course, our website, Accel Lifestyle, ACCEL lifestyle.com.
Well, now every time I see you on TV, print, media, whatever, I'm just, you will make me smile.
Oh, thank you.
I think
thank you, Dana.
You left me with the exact feeling that you were trying to do.
Thank you. Likewise. You're an absolute doll.
So thank you so much,
Thank
Megan.
you.
You're so good. So good.